Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
So don't say nothing.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Jones throwing on first down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Go, go.
From the 45 on second down. Jones. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Now Jones. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 58.
Come on. I got you. I got you. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Go! Keep dribble!
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Thorson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. On the return is Pettis. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Texans have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, It changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards the pick up there, and it's a first down.
We play to win.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
It's our field.
Throwing Jones. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards the pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Off play action. Jones. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Alec Ogletree able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Joe Mixon. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey. 4 down. Shoot.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, exit. Let's go.
Thorson drops on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Get the outlaw. Brixton, trap.
I got one. Check three.
Hey, high 7.
So third and long. Here's Thorson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
15,
On 2nd and 12, Jones finding some room at midfield. He'll get this one to Switzer. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Come on, set. 60 or. 52. General West. Get it.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Ready. 70. Indy. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 2.
Jones now on 1st down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. He's got his big tight end, Fant. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Mixon, and he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jones on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Henry running right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Hey, Charlie. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Shit, shit.
Look, squeeze.
Shotgun snap for Thorson. Escaping. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes Pettis on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This is Hines, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Jones to throw on third down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Bravo!
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
On
first down, Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, fellas.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Henry out of the pistol. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
And you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Check pass.
On 1st and 10, it's Thorson. Complete. It's Henry. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Hey, box drop. 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Thorson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 35.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissue. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Set 30 base. Let's go. Hey, Alpha. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Get it.
Here's Thorson on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack on first down, Thorson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Gerald McCoy, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Thorson. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play. All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
This will be fielded at the 17. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Ready?
36 to Mike.
Hey, exit.
On 2nd and 9. Thorson got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
1st down, Houston.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Zipper. Get it.
On 2nd and 12, Thorson. They set up the screen for Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hey, high 7.
36 to Mike.
Yep.
You better break. Mike, 36.
More out.
Hey, tight down.
2.
Here's Thorson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. If you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Ready?
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 6.
On 2nd and 9. Jones got an open man. It's Valdez Scantling. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
I'm coming after you. Check 31. Check 31.
Check 13.
Jones now. Off play action. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. The 40. The 20. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jones operating from the gun. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Now Thorson. That ball complete to Isabella. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
To throw again on second down. Thorson. This one caught by Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Yeah.
Thorson, play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run with Mixon. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now it's Mixon running right. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Throwing, Thorson, flush to his right. That is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
52's the mark, boys.
Number 52. Come on, boy.
Ready?
2nd and 10 now for Thorson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.